Welcome back to my channel. Greetings, everyone. This is Q, and I hope everyone is doing well on this fine Monday. As promised, guys, I told you once I got all the details, I was going to make a video about this. The press conference is being conducted right now for the police officer involved killing of a 20-year-old black man named Daunte Wright. And this just so happened to happen in the same city where that officer who killed Mr. Floyd is having his trial. So, guys, it was a lynching. And I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to get off. Because I just listened to the police chief, what the police chief said. But here's what happened. They showed the second part of the video where the cops decide to get him out of the car and arrest him. They open the car door, they pull him out. The officer has his hands behind his back. He's leaning against the vehicle right next to the open door. The officer is trying to put the handcuffs on him. He breaks away. He's sitting in the car, and they're struggling. He's apparently trying to drive off, okay? You can see the officer's gun, his service revolver. He yells, "Laser," twice. Laser, laser, and then he shoots him. Kills him. Okay, so the car gets put into gear, and he drives off, and he dies. They didn't show that portion, but that's what happened. In the press conference, the chief made the following statement. He said exactly what I just told you. The officer thought he pulled his taser, and he went through a process of explaining that officers are trained to carry their service revolver on the side of their strong hand. So if they're right-handed, they carry it on their right side. If they're left-handed, they carry their weapon on the left side and the taser on the right side. So these officers are highly trained. They know that's what they're supposed to do. You mean tell me you don't know the difference between a taser and your service revolver? He pulled his service revolver. We can see it's his service revolver. The other cop that's there can see it's his service revolver. He yelled taser twice, and he shot him. So this is what the police officer said after he explained the strong hand, weak hand concept. He said, based on that, I believe this was an accidental shooting. Guys, he's going to get off, but I'm telling you now, there is no such thing as accidental shooting. Negligent shooting, not accidental. If you're cleaning your weapon and you didn't clear it, and there's rounds in there, and you shoot yourself, that's not an accident. That's negligence. If your children find your weapon in your house and they kill themselves, that's not an accident. It's tragic. It's not an accident. That's negligence that someone left that weapon loaded to be found by children. If you're running down the street and got your weapon in your hand, for some crazy reason, you fall down, your finger's on the trigger, and you pull that trigger. That's not an accident. That's negligence. So, guys, I listened to the conference, and I believe this officer is going to get off. He's going to get off because why do they keep pulling handguns for traffic stops? Listen, man, that's one guy. It's two of y'all. Y'all got to fight, man. You got to put your hands on this guy and arrest him. Why are you pulling out your gun for one little skinny guy? Not all of them, man, but cops are pussies. Why you got to pull out your gun to make somebody do something? Put your hands on them, man. Put your hands on me and arrest me. I'm going to comply. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. But guys, if you got to fight somebody to arrest them, that's what you got to do. It's two of you. Now, if you were a little bitty old woman police officer and you have a person who's bigger than you, stronger than you, you got a right to use some of those tools on your belt to make people do what you want them to do. But two grown ass, big ass men ain't got no right shooting that little guy. They shot him, guys. They shot him. Okay, guys. That's my presentation. I'm gonna go into the live feed, see what my people got to say. And we've got 5 people here, 3 likes. Let's get those likes up if you don't mind. Living in Mexico. How are you, my brother? I'm fine, sir. This is just too much. There needs to be a nationwide restructuring of police and training. I believe that's possible, but this is not a training issue because it's not happening to them. And I apologize if you're Caucasian, but listen to me. There are no videos of that happening to white people. There's no videos of black officers abusing white people because that would not be allowed. So I'm not prejudiced. I'm not racist. This is not a training issue. This is a people issue. White officers don't treat citizens like their neighbors. They don't treat them like citizens. Even if you got to arrest somebody, guys, there's a way to handle it. JX. That's why I leave in June. US is 2 set, bro. That's what, if you follow my channel since I started it, this is one of the reasons I left. This is one of the reasons I left. After I got out the military, man, and I wasn't wearing that uniform no more, I felt a little safe with that, but no, I don't feel safe no more, man. It is not safe to be black in America. I don't care how much money you make, where you work, what business you own, it is not safe. Certain things can lower your percentages from being harassed by Karen, the police, and other things, man. But if you black in my age, guys, this been happening since before I was born. Before I was born, okay? This has been happening before I was born, and it's still happening. Now, thank God, body cams and cell phones are catching some of it, but just think about all the shit that's not being captured. That's happening to us. And then you get people who will come up and stand up for you and say it was an accident. Guys, when you put your finger on the trigger and pull the trigger, there is no accident. There's no accident. Now, in that same city, a black cop accidentally shot a white woman. How many of y'all remember that? There was a white woman who called 911 for domestic violence. The officers that came up, a white officer was driving, a black skinned officer. He wasn't, he was from some other country, but he was obviously a citizen, but his skin was black. That lady ran up to the vehicle and startled them. He pulled his weapon and shot her. They did not call that an accident. They did not call that an accident. They called it murder. Now, I don't think it was murder. With murder, you have to show intent. That was more like a negligent homicide, man. He was it an accident that he did it? But yes, the results is much more than an accident when you take somebody's life. He took somebody's life. He was negligent by not pulling the right weapon. You don't get off for that. JX says, I'm in tech. People ask me why I don't drive. I tell them, look at most police interactions. I'm gonna tell you, man. Thanks, Jay, for your comments, man. But before I left the United States, man, I would try my best to be home before it got dark. Okay? I would try my best to get all my business done before it got dark because I did not want to be in my vehicle out at night and have no chances of having no interactions with the police. I'm sorry, guys. And guys, I have a brother who retired from the Atlanta Police Department. I have law enforcement in my family, man. I wanted to be the police. I'm glad they fucking didn't hire me. They said I wasn't fit. I'm glad they didn't hire me. So, guys, I'm not trying to make fun of anything, to make light of this, guys, but it has, since I've been on this earth, it has not been safe to be a black man in America. Do a lot of people make it without nothing happen to them? Yes. But, guys, any day, your day is coming. It's possible, man. You, your children, or your wife, somebody in your family will have a bad interaction with the police if you haven't already. Living in Mexico, I myself am Mexican, but you're right. Now that you say that, it's not a training issue. Sir, it's not a training issue. Because if it was a training issue, it would happen equally to everybody. It will happen equally to everybody. It's not, there are very few videos or none of a black police officer putting his hand on a white woman. Do you know what happened to a black man abusing a white woman? Come on. A black officer abusing a child. How they treat our children. How those police treat our children and arrest our children and slam our children on the ground. You could not do that to no white kid. And those officers know it. You cannot do that to a white kid. You cannot do that to a white woman. And guys, because it happens to black people, I don't want black people, black officers, to do that equally to white. I don't want that. I just don't want it to happen to us no more. I want it to stop. I want it to stop. When is America going to stop not valuing black people? All those attacks on Asian people, man, if they wanted to stop it, they could. Attack some old white women and see what happens. Right now, man, the majority of the Asians that are being attacked are women and elderly. Attack an elderly white woman and see what happened to your ass. Attack a white woman and see what happens. Listen, man, it would not be tolerated. It would not be tolerated. It would not be tolerated. Let somebody bully a little white girl in school. See what's going to happen. They treated differently. We are treated differently, man. Gil, a.k.a. MMA fan. What's good, Q? Man, I'm pissed off. A guy who they tried to arrest, tried to get away, and instead of them just putting their hands on him and arresting them, they shot him. Cops are pussies. Not all cops. Like I said, I got a brother who's a police officer. I think police is important. But guys, these racist police keep killing us and ain't nobody go do nothing about it. Gil, a.k.a. MMA Fan 3. Yeah, between the incident in Virginia and this, yes. Bro, man, there's some that don't make the news. There's some incidents that don't make the news. And guys, I would never participate in looting, okay, and tearing shit up and taking shit. But if they don't put some charges on this guy soon, listen, I wouldn't care if they tear that shit up. Tear it up, man, because they care more about property than black lives. There was one case, I forgot what state it was, and it might have been in Minneapolis. The Floyd case. Generally, it takes a year for them to bring charges on officers. In this case, man, I think they brought charges in about 3-4 days. You know why? Because people was tearing shit up. They wanted to stop people from tearing up their shit. That's the only reason they brought charges. So if they don't want people to loot and tear up that city, they better bring some charges on that officer. They gonna bring some charges, but he's gonna get off because the chief of police has already called it an accidental shooting. But it wasn't an accidental shooting for that black officer who shot that white woman. Yeah. Okay, guys. Guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your continued support. We got 8 people in here. If you came in late, guys, please go to the first part of the video. It's very important. You missed a lot. We've got 8 people in here. We got 7 people here. We got 6 likes. I appreciate y'all, man. Please subscribe to my channel and have a great day.